Ground ball. McLean, second. 12 in a row. The oldest team in professional baseball has its 5th ever winning streak of a dozen straight.
Our job every day is to try to kick somebody's ass. I mean, that's why we're here.
That is caught. Left center. Reds win.
And this ball is launched high and very deep to right, long gone. It's second of the night. Ellie De La Cruz.
Short lead for Pena. Larkin drills it. Do you believe this? It's going to be gone. Back to back. Walk-off home runs. How about this? He's back. He's back. He's back.
And a swing and a drive. Deep left field. This one belongs to the Reds. Swung on and hit deep to left field. That ball is going to be gone. Home run from the Reds for a tie to 4.
Goes to second one. Around to first. Got a double play. And the Reds sweep the Cubs. Breaking ball. Hit high. Hit deep. Way back there. And gone into the second deck and left. Christian Encarnacion Strand walks it off.
Archer does it in his major league debut. He gets the final 3 outs, and the Reds get an extra inning win. A thriller 5-4.
Swung on. Fly ball. Hit to deep right field. That ball is going to be gone. A grand slam home run by Mike Cameron.
2 outs, 2 on. Reds down by 1. Larkin down the line. It's a winning. It's a winning. Here comes Tucker. Here comes Steins. Larkin's won the game. Barry Larkin gets mobbed. Look at this scene. It's synergy.
The stretch, the pause and the pitch. And a line drive, base hit left center field. A single for Aaron Boone. And this one belongs to the Reds. The Reds have won 8 in a row.
Kobayashi with a long look turns it loose, and Dunn hits it to deep right. It's all over. And this one belongs to the Reds. The Reds have won their 5th game in a row. They've defeated the Cleveland Indians on an Adam Dunn 3-run home run, 4-2. In on the corners at first and third. 2 on, nobody out. Here's Roy Trin pitching, no bunt. Ground ball by the third baseman into left field. Jay Bruce rounds third. This one belongs to the Reds.
That's it pretty good. Guess what? He doesn't need speed. That's gone. He's the king of the Queen City tonight.
With 1 out here in the 11th inning, you sure got to go now. One on, pull down the left field line. That ball is going to get the winning run in. Here comes Jay Bruce rounding third, heading toward the plate. And this one belongs to the Reds.
Huge situation for Votto. Why you paying the big bucks to deliver the goods with 2 outs in the 9th inning? Can he do it? In the gap, right center field, and Votto delivers the goods.
Hit deep center field. Hank Hill going back at the warning track. Oh, he goes one. It's gone. Joey Votto is delivered.
Reds fans, what's going on? Welcome to the Chatterbox Reds live pregame show. I'm Hunter Hurst. That's Max Alfonso on the right side of your screen, bringing you some pregame coverage of the series finale of the Reds-Giants series. As the Reds look to break out the brooms today by the Bay in San Francisco. And Max, today is a fantastic day as Will Benson is back with the Major League club. How are we feeling?
It's Will Benson Day. Not much else to say. I've been wanting this. I think a lot of the fan bases have been wanting it. I know you wanted it. I'm ready. Let's go.
Yeah, very excited for Will Benson. No Noelvi Marte in the lineup, but we'll get to that here in a little bit. Again, today's series finale in San Francisco. First pitch at 3:45 Eastern from Oracle Park. Very excited. Tune in on FanDuel Sports Network. And again, be sure to check out the post-game show in the 9th inning. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We'll get to the previous game recap. The Reds are up 2-0 in the series. As we said, they'll go for the sweep tonight. Won 1-0 last night. Not the most entertaining game of all time, but it's entertaining every time the Reds win. I've got some MVPs for the Reds. Spencer Steer, Jake Fraley, the legacy game for Jake Fraley last night, and the pitching staff. It's real nice to see the other team not score for almost 20 innings in a row. And if we can shut them out today, that's a series sweep and another win. What do you, what are your thoughts on the series so far, and how have you felt about the performance of the Reds?
Been all pitching so far. Hunter Green the other night, I feel like we need to talk a little bit about that game. That was one of the best pitching performances from a Red starter I think we've seen in a long time. He was awesome. And then last night, Lodolo as well was great. And I also love seeing Ashcraft come out of the bullpen and shove. His stuff was playing up just like we all wanted it to out of the pen. And I think they have some decisions to make when Diaz comes back for what role they want Ashcraft in. I think he has a real case to be the ninth inning guy going forward.
I would agree with that. I would say Emilio Pagan at the moment, he's the closer until he proves to me that he's not, is the way that I look at it. I would hope that's the way Francona and the staff look at it. I mean, we had stress-free innings when he's been in the game so far. So I have no issue with Pagan. And Ashcraft, stuff was ramped up last night. I wonder if it was an adrenaline thing, because his first appearance, they were down. Second appearance in Milwaukee, they were down at that time. He comes out, it's a 1-0 game, high leverage situation. Velocity's ramped up. Cutter was about 1.5 miles per hour higher where it has been at 97.2, and was able to roll some double play balls and, got 2 innings out of him in a situation where we really needed to win that game and win a series.
Yeah, he was fantastic. I agree with you on Pagan. He's been really steady, I guess, back there. And really it's largely been a lot of guys back in the bullpen have been pitching well. Obviously the opening day disaster, we won't talk about that. And then Sam Maul has had his struggles, but besides that, I've liked pretty much what I've seen outside of everyone, unless I'm forgetting someone. I think everyone's done pretty well so far.
I would agree with you. More on Diaz. He pitched in Louisville today, threw an inning and gave up a run. It hasn't looked good for Alexis Diaz so far. Gave up a 110-mile-per-hour single. And I don't see any world where you can put him in a high-leverage spot when he gets back to this club. And honestly, I don't see anybody right now that you can send down in favor of him out of the bullpen.
I could see them just being done with Jabot because he was the last guy to make the roster. I could see that, but yeah, you're probably right. That's the only guy I think that I could see them optioning.
I agree with you there. And more on the bullpen later. We'll get into availability and everything. We'll look at the starting pitching matchup. We'll look at Verlander first. It's Nick Martinez on the mound for the Reds today against the future first ballot Hall of Famer Justin Verlander on the back end of his career. Third start of the season for Verlander. He pitched against the Reds in their first win of the year on March 29th. He went 5 innings, gave up 2 earned on 6 hits. He did walk 1 batter and struck out 5 and got a no decision. Gave up a homer to Matt McClain, an RBI single to Ellie. Guys in the lineup today that got a hit against him outside of those 2, Santiago Espinal, more on him when we get to the Reds lineup, and Christian Encarnacion Strand. Got roughed up in his last start. He pitched against Seattle on Friday, 10-9 win for the Giants. Verlander only went 2 1/3, gave up a leadoff homer to Julio Rodriguez in the first inning. Gave up 5 hits overall, 3 earned run, the aforementioned homer. He walked a pair and struck out 2. It was really a bad third inning for Verlander that got him the early hook from Bob Melvin. Gave up a leadoff single, then struck out a man, walked a guy, gave up another single, and then another walk, that one with the bases loaded, and then an RBI single, and he was out of there. And that was it for Verlander. Obviously, he's in his early 40s now. He's on the back half of his career, but he can still be effective as he was in Cincinnati. What do you have? What are your thoughts on the Reds going against Verlander today?
We'll get more into the lineup as we go, but I think today is a big opportunity for them to finally try and break open. They did a little bit last weekend in Milwaukee. I think they scored 10 in that Saturday game, I believe. But you just feel like there's more in the tank. Some guys are cold right now. Ellie's been cold. Hopefully he gets his swing back. But Spencer Steer, the last couple games, has really come on. The Jake Fraley game last night, you always remember where you were. And then Austin Wynns, it catcher, him and Trevino, I feel like they've been fine replacing Stevenson. I don't think that's been talked about enough, defensively, especially, and offensively. I mean, they've each got a homer. They've done their jobs, I guess. I'll go ahead and do Nick Martinez. His last start against Milwaukee wasn't great. 4 2/3, 3 runs, 2 Ks, a homer, 2 walks. Not great, but we know what Martinez is. His first start against the Giants, 4 runs in 6 innings and 2 homers. One thing that hasn't happened yet that I think everyone was expecting at some point was a Willie Adames homer. Maybe he only rakes against the Reds in a Brewers uniform, but doesn't have a homer yet. He does have a little bit of success lifetime against Martinez, only 2 for 11, but he does have the homer. So I could see an Adames game today, but let's just keep the good vibes. I don't want to think about Willie Adames going deep. What do you think about the Nick Martinez matchup against the Giants today?
I think he matches up well. He gave up a homer to Ramos in the 5th. He's been dangerous against the Reds this year. A double to Jung Hoo Lee, who's had some success off him in the past, and then the Matt Chapman 2-run homer. Kind of proved to be the end of the line there for Martinez. He got through 6 against the Giants in his first start and only walked 1. But the extra base hits, 3 out of the 4 hits he gave up, they were hit hard, and the Giants did damage against Martinez. Obviously, it's a way bigger ballpark playing in San Francisco as compared to Great American. And I want to see, how he pitches against this lineup today. The ball might fly a little bit. It's 66 degrees with some wind today in San Francisco. Whether that wind's blowing in or out, not exactly sure. I spent 15 minutes trying to look up the directions of the wind at Oracle Park and couldn't figure it out. So it hadn't flown a lot at all in the first 2 games of the series, but who knows about today. So I expect Martinez to get through 6, possibly give up a couple runs, but this Giants team is really struggling at the plate right now. I mean, Hunter Green made them look foolish for 8 2/3. Lodolo had a great start yesterday, and the bullpen has just been phenomenal. So I think the Reds might be able to hold them off the board again today. It's tough to beat a team 3 times in a row, so we'll see how they do.
I'll take a series win at this point. I mean, we've kind of been just so close. That Giant series was close. The Rangers series, obviously, felt like you let 2 games get away. So, but a sweep today would be nice.
Yeah, Spencer, in his interview with Jim Day last night, said they were being greedy going for the sweep. But I'm cool with being greedy. I'm cool with
be greedy. Yeah,
I have no issue with picking up a 3rd win in San Francisco today. We'll look at the Reds lineup. You see it here in the middle of your screen. We'll go through it. Leading off, TJ Friedel in center field. 2 spots, Santiago Espinal. More on him in a second. He will play 3rd, a day off for Jeimer Candelario. Ellie in the 3 spot. Gavin Lux remains in that cleanup role against right-handed pitching. Christian Encarnacion Strand plays 1st. He'll bat 5th. Our king, Will Benson, bats 6th, and he'll play in left. Spencer Steer had a great night last night. He'll DH, as did Jake Fraley. Had 2 hits of his own last night. He'll play in right field. And then Austin Wynns rounds out the lineup from the catcher spot, and Nick Martinez will start off. Obviously, it's the Will Benson debut. That's the main news of the day for the Reds lineup. Him and Candelario are the main news, and then no Marte. We'll get into that. Benson has raked in AAA this year. He's got a 943 OPS, 5 extra base hits. 2 of them have left the yard. How do you feel about we already talked about having Benson back in the lineup, but having Espinal in the 2 spot against right-handed pitching has been a bit of a hot topic on Reds Twitter, Reds Facebook, really everywhere as of late. How do you feel about it?
I don't like it. I don't think there's any justification for putting Espinal in front of Ellie. In my opinion, I think Ellie should be hitting 2nd behind Friedel. And when McLean's back, I think McLean should be the one leading off. I don't see any justification for Espinal hitting 2nd, besides the fact that he's a contact hitter, and maybe that's what Tito wants in front of Ellie. I don't understand it. I don't think it makes any sense. And another thing is Benson hitting ahead of Fraley. He was in AAA 2 days ago. Why was he just not up here if he's like that, if he's better than Fraley? It doesn't make any sense to me. Marte not being in the lineup today surprised me, especially I had a feeling they'd give Candelario a day. I mean, it's been bad. Why? Like, I don't know if he's trying. It's bad. So I thought they'd give Marte a shot today. And if you're not going to play Marte, then why is he here? Like, there were other options to call up. I would have called up Tyler Callahan. He's hitting the ball pretty well in AAA, hitting 297 so far to start the year. And he plays second and left. Like, it's kind of what we need right now is, some versatility in the infield and outfield. So, and we haven't seen him before. We know what Marte is, and we know his struggles. So, if you're not going to play Marte, I just would have left him down.
Yeah, not to play devil's advocate here for Tito, but Santiago Espinal is 3 for 7 with a homer against Verlander lifetime. Those are pretty good numbers. Faced Verlander when he was in Toronto, homered off of him as a member of the Jays. And he's a contact hitter. So if you saw Tito's post-game comments with Jim Day last night, he was clearly frustrated with Candelario not putting the ball in play with one out and a runner at third in the eighth. And that's a point where – and you have to put the ball in play. I mean, that second run is so valuable in a one-run game to kind of give you some cushion for the bullpen, especially with how they've been pitching lately in these high-pressure situations. It'd be nice to kind of take some of the heat off of them. But he was unable to do that. He got a slider over the middle of the plate and just swung right over top of it. So, as you said, it's been pretty bad with Candelario as of late. So I expected him to get the day off. And then for Marte not being in the lineup, I mean, I felt the whole point of sending him to AAA after his struggles last year coming off a suspension. He struggled very mightily in the Dominican Winter League, and you want him to play every day. And he had the chance to do that at Louisville, and look what happened. I mean, he's killing the ball, but he's not in the lineup, and I wonder how that throws him, or if it throws him out of a rhythm. I hope not. I would love to have him in the lineup today, but that's not the decision that was made. And moving through the lineup, obviously, I'd love to have Ellie hitting higher, but it is what it is with him in the 3 spot. Perfectly fine, 4 through 6. Benson and Fraley, you could probably flip them. I'd be fine with it. I wouldn't have minded Spencer Steer in a 2-hole today. I mean, the last 5 games, he's hitting the ball hard. He mentioned it was he wasn't seeing the ball, and it was a timing thing. Didn't get a lot of ABs in the spring. And, last night he was roasting the ball. Just missed a home run, had a pair of doubles. Why not move him up in the lineup and get him some more ABs? He led this team in RBIs last year. He has to be a big contributor for this team if they're going to go where we as fans want them to go. Fraley won you the game last night, 8 spots fine, and then Trevino and Wins, flip-flop them either or. I'm fine with them in the 9-hole.
Those were really my only, I guess, things about the lineup, things I would change. I do like Lux hitting behind Ellie. I'm not so worried as much anymore about Ellie being flipped around to the right side. I think just looking at him, I think his swing is much better from the right side than it was. And I just like Lux a lot. I think he's a really good player. I thought he had a tough play at second last night. That ball was hit hard to him. And then he turned that double play in, I think, the 7th or 8th. That was a really nice play to get him 2 outs and get out of the inning eventually. So I'm a Lux guy. And I'll go ahead and do the Giants lineup that hasn't – I don't know if it's been tweeted out yet. It's very weird that they didn't tweet it out. A way to do some digging for it. Lamont Wade hitting leadoff, playing first. Willie Adames second. Jung Hoo Lee, Chapman, and Ramos in 3, 4, 5. Mike Yastrzemski, Wilmer Flores DHing. Patrick Bailey catching, who got the night off, I believe, last night, and then Tyler Fitzgerald playing second, hitting ninth. So not too much success, I guess, from the Giants side against Martinez. I haven't really seen him a lot. We know what Martinez does. He's going to try and pound the strike zone and get out of innings quick. So what do you think about the Giants lineup today?
Yeah, so obviously 3 of the 4 extra base hit or 3 of the 4 hits he gave up went for extra bases in his first start against them. Jung Hoo Lee, he had a double. He's looked really solid against the Reds, both offensively and defensively during these 2 series. Ramos is dangerous. He's hit the ball really hard during his open to the season. Chapman, we know what he is. He's going to give you, fantastic defense at the hot corner, and he's homered off of Martinez before. That Giants lineup, obviously Fitzpatrick, he's got great speed playing second base. You got to be really careful with Ramos, and obviously we've talked about Willie Adames ad nauseum as Reds fans because he has just killed us in the past. But I think Martinez, this is a bounce-back opportunity for him after a rough start in Milwaukee. And, outside of that 6th inning against San Francisco, he looked really good. So this is a bounce-back opportunity, and I think he's set up for success today.
Yeah, I mean, I think the ball will fly a little bit more today because it is a daytime game. We have no idea what the wind's doing, as we talked about, but the daytime game, the temperature's in the 70s, I believe. So I think the ball could carry more than we've seen the last 2 nights. So I think that's something we'll have to be on the look for. We do have a pretty good. I'm happy Benson's back just because Jen will breeze out to right field. All right, I'll take it. I'll take a Lux homer then. Pretty simple.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, shout out Weatherman Craig for the wind report in the Bay Area today. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Will Benson's putting one in the Pacific Ocean today. That's my prediction, I believe. All right, the swing changes that he's made, the way he's looked in AAA, I think he's looked phenomenal. So I believe Will Benson's putting one in the Cove.
Yeah. It would be nice to see a nice Will Benson bat drop. We haven't seen that, and it's been a while since a Will Benson bat drop. And it'd be nice if LA could get going too, especially if the wind's blowing out there. Like I'll take that. And I know we got a hit last time against Verlander, so I think there's a chance today the Reds lineup gets a little active, but we'll see. We've been hoping.
We'll see. Again, we'll go back to the weather, 66 degrees and sunny, and the gentle breeze out to right field. Shout out Craig Sandlin for the wind report. Bullpen availability, looks like everybody is – I would assume everybody except for Graham Ashcraft is going to be available. I think you have Santi on in kind of the setup fireman role, as Tito's talked about. You're going to have Pagan in the 9th inning, but with an off day tomorrow, I would assume you would see everybody except for Graham Ashcraft unless this, turns into a 12-inning marathon. I really hope not. I don't want that stress in my life. So what do you think about the bullpen availability? Who should we expect to see today in this series finale?
I do wonder with an off day tomorrow and presumably everyone available except Ashcraft, I wonder if Tito's a little aggressive today with the bullpen. If Martinez is struggling, say in the 4th or 5th, if he goes to a quick hook early in the game and goes to Suter or whoever early, I could see that. And for the Giants, probably only Hayden Birdsong unavailable. He went 3 innings last night out of the bullpen, and then so we talked about before the show, Camilo Doval pitched the other night and was a complete disaster. So I don't expect to see him either today for the Giants, but we'll see.
We shall see. We'll take a look around the National League Central. Currently 2 games underway. The Cubs are taking on the Texas Rangers in Chicago at Wrigley Field, the home opener for the Cubs this week. The Rangers are up 1-0 in the top of the 3rd. Not sure how they got that run. Give me just a second. Corey Seager hit a bomb to left field. So Cubs trailing 1-0. The Cardinals and the Pirates are in a pitcher's duel at PNC. It is 0-0 in the top of the 10th at the moment. The Cardinals have a man on first with 2 outs. Then the Brewers in the nightcap, the final game of the night on the MLB slate. They beat the Rockies last night 7-1, and they go for another one today. Keys of the game, my keys, not much. Pitching's got to continue to hold up. If the offense is going to struggle, I think they can get to Verlander early. Much like the Mariners did, they were able to get into that bullpen early on. They didn't ultimately win the game, but they put up 9 runs. I think if the Reds can find a way to put up 9 runs, you're going to win most nights. And then just cash in opportunities. There haven't been a lot lately. They've been few and far between. But if you get a guy on third with, less than 2 outs, the ball's got to be put in play. Tito said it. I'll say it. You got to put the ball in play. I think we've got guys up and down the lineup that can. I'm looking for CES to have a little bit of a better approach at the plate against Verlander. But, I think you got to cash in these opportunities, get to Verlander early, get out here with a sweep, and we will break out the brooms.
Do it. We need it. We need a sweep. Steer said being a little greedy. That's fine. I don't really care for being greedy. I want a sweep. So I'll take whatever we get, and hopefully that it's a sweep.
Fully agree with you, Max. Again, Will Benson is going to hit one into the ocean today. Happy Will Benson Day to everybody out there. Reminder, we'll have a post-game show. Goes live in the 9th inning on the Chatterbox Sports YouTube page and on Twitter. Be sure to tune into that. Watch the 9th inning with Nick and Craig, I believe, today. Maybe Trace, but I believe it's Nick and Craig. Go Reds. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Like the stream, and I believe we'll be back on Wednesday for the middle game of the Mariners series. All right, thanks everybody for listening. We appreciate you, and go Reds. Let's get the sweep.